Hiya, and welcome back to Dawn Chorus, the game that teaches us that it is time for Devon. And Discord shit itself. Anyways, let's just hop right in. It's cozy here, as much as a 700-person hall can be cozy. It feels like a friendly, welcoming space, and that's quite a feat for a concert hall. We sit down next to each other. The seats are spacious and comfortable, though we share one armrest and our forearms brush against each other, before Devon changes his position. It's pretty in here. Okay, I'm actually gonna fucking rage. Because the macOS version of Discord shit itself again. So, back to the phone, which is what I've been avoiding. Remember, kids, don't look into technology. Do not fuck with computers. They'll fuck you up. It's pretty in here. It is. It looks like a new building. The acoustics must be fantastic. Did I really lose to technology 30 times? I scanned the room for Mika, Rune, Jorgen, and Bjorn, but I don't think they entered yet. The issue is, this is macOS 11. Scan the room for Mika, Rune, and Jorgen, and Bjorn. I don't think they entered yet. The orchestra is on the stage already, tuning their anywhere list. The instant photo waited inside my wallet for a few minutes already. It should have developed by now. Yeah, as soon as you said that, my laptop just lagged. I take it out, and indeed, the colors are vibrant and edges sharp. It came out nice. Maybe a tad underexposed for my taste, but still. The shirt fits Devon so well. I'm used to seeing him in tank tops. I never thought he could look so elegant. Did it develop already? Yeah, here you are. Though, can I take a photo of it before I give it to you? Oh, this is quite lovely. Sure, of course. It's your photo, after all. I take a photo with my phone, careful to not catch any light reflecting on the glossy frame, then hand the photo to the panther. Thank you. Suddenly, the buzzing dies down, and a second later, everyone in the audience, too. In an instant, the anticipation turns so thick I could cut it with a knife and spread it on a toast. The orchestra stands up, the double door in the side opens. Out of it comes a conductor, a caribou wearing an all-black tux, making his way to the center of the stage, and onto a platform in the middle of the roar, to the roar of enthusiastic clapping. A dignified, courteous bow, and he turns to face the ensemble. His paw in the air, the stick held between his fingers like a wand. He holds it still for 10 long seconds before flick of the wrist sends the machinery of the orchestra into motion. As the first sound starts, I rest my paw on the armrest and it bumps against Devon's. It lasts just a brief moment, but his paw closes over mine and rubs over my fingers before he puts his back on the side of the wooden slab. My heartbeat goes mad. The car speeds up and the streetlights blur into a long streak of light. The night is dark and the road is lonely. There is no steering wheel, and the car is taking me where it wants. It's my paw flooring the gas pedal, though. I've been running away since I left home that morning. Packed everything I needed and kept it in my trunk, keeping on the move. I did come back from that trip, but never unpacked my bags. It felt like I never really fully returned, always on my toes. And I kept running. That's how I spend my time, running and working out, and whenever I felt this heavy feeling creeping into my chest, I went for a run. A month after I found something cheap and moved out, and then I moved out again. I had my first fuck buddy, then another, and then my first boyfriend. But I kept my backpack ready to get up and leave at any moment. And then Toby. That felt like something more serious. And I thought I committed myself to it. But I didn't think about our future. Only the present existed. I met with him once in a while in a motel somewhere. Or a hotel if he could afford. We visited cinemas, we went to beaches. I was happy with that. I didn't see where we could progress further. My bag was still there in the trunk of my car. I never unpacked anywhere. Even here, where my things began to fill the shelves and cupboards, when Rune approached me and showed me around the city, the first occasion I had to get close to someone, I remained closed, even with a warm body next to mine in my bed. I stayed alone. How many years is that now? 6? How many more? Took me to another continent already. Where will I end up if I keep on running away? The door opens. They take me out of the car and move inside. The scenery changes. This is my room. It's a cold night, the third I'm about to spend here. Frozen by that one with the roads, I lie on my bed. There are no stars on the sky, and I'm swimming in a sea of darkness. Tonight is so lonely, I feel like I could die. It's just a feeling, I tell to myself. This is just a feeling and not the truth, and it will pass. My phone burns in my pocket. With my eyes closed, I can see the message on the screen. I'm sorry, and I miss you. I miss you so much. When I put it like that, I didn't mean it was over. I meant that it was hard for me and hoped we could work on our issues together. I got a new flat and I'm living alone now. It's been terribly lonely in here. I know your living situation isn't the easiest. If you can move in with me and we can try again. I know I'm asking for a lot, but please think about it. How could I fuck this up so bad? We really did work well together, and I think I did feel something for him. Do I still feel something? No. That's a closed book, I think, and I'm not moving back right when my life here started to go well. Did I want us to succeed? Really? I thought I committed myself, but did I? I didn't want to hold it pawn public. That's what we split over, but it wasn't that. It was me afraid to go further with this. Afraid to really make it something serious. Afraid to stand up for myself and what I wanted in a place that felt hostile. Afraid to be seen and let anyone close. I do want to say this. Hang on, I'm turning off the effects. This is, I feel like, possibly one of the reasons why my relationship failed. Me and him, we only showed proper affection to each other a couple times. And that was in public. We only did that, like, 2 or 3 times. The rest of the times we didn't. And my reasoning was I did not want to get hate crimed. That is an unfortunate part of this situation. I don't know how it is in other countries, or hell, even other states. I don't know how it is in other states or even other countries. I genuinely don't know how it is. Because I don't have much experience. But where I live and where I was at the time, homophobia was a real issue. There's no escaping it, as unfortunate as it is. But just remember, You are deserving of love. You are deserving of happiness. Fuck what anyone has to say about it. You're deserving of love. And you're deserving of happiness. And I'm just gonna fucking say it. Don't let those spineless fucks tell you otherwise. Afraid to be seen and to let anyone close? It's me who ruined our relationship because I was too afraid to really want it. I shiver, feeling the darkness seep through the window into the room. I cry a tear, though, a single tear for the year we spent together. He deserves this much at least. There's still this tiny pain and aching in my chest. And as I repeat in my head, Toby, Toby, something within me resonates. I don't let things go, do I? And he deserved better than this. I owe him a response at least. I take out the phone and start typing. My thoughts pull me back into a tunnel of memories. It takes me a confused moment to understand where am I. A tiny screening room, stiff seats, and the smell of dust in the opaque air. One of my favorite places in the city. The room was almost full that night, and the audio system blasted at the top of its sonic capabilities. Cease to be reasonable was what brought all these people together. People here. I didn't know what to expect, never having watched the film before. I just liked the band playing. Never got into them properly before, but the infective energy of psycho murder and Holmes and movement always impressed me. What I didn't know was that most of their set would be even more energetic. It was the height of the summer, right before the summer solstice, midsummer as my mom called it, holding a barbecue to commemorate. Everyone was full of sun and smiles, and days felt like a fever dream. The energy in the room was rising as the amount of musicians on stage grew, until it reached a critical point. The first person to get up, walk down to the screen, and start dancing was an old stout that had moves like a person half his age at most. Right after, half of the room followed, and me alongside them. I waved my limbs as if in a trance, not caring if anyone looked. It felt like the right way to dance to this. The set peaked with Speaking Snouts playing Once in a Lifetime. I knew that song, but never thought about the lyrics before. The two parts that I consist of separated for these brief moments. My body danced and danced, feeling the rhythm, free of the shackles of reason and a self-censoring mind, and the mind thought of the song. It wasn't nonsensical mumbling. It spoke of a moment of absolute clarity, when you pull over and stop for the moment of the highway of your life, and look at the road stretching in both directions. Both lines disappearing somewhere over the horizon, further than one can look. I understood it, but I didn't feel it. Now in the concrete hall in a Norwegian town, listening to a piece that sounds like nothing else I've ever heard. Now I feel it. And it's scary. A bell tolls solemnly, once, twice, thrice. The day is ending over the piazza and the birds flying over our heads, calling back to the campanile as they pass. My lungs fill with the crispiest air, smelling of rosemary and thyme and honey. The band on the square plays a jazz cover of All I Require with no lyrics, but I know them by heart, singing along to the music in my head. The sky is pink and orange and blue, and this is the best day I've ever had. I do not know how to pronounce that, so I'm not going to, because I'm worried I might say something offensive. I'm so sorry. The waiter puts a coffee directly on the middle of the table between me and Devon. I still can't believe we're here. It felt like an unattainable dream, you know? I never traveled much, never got many chances to be anywhere far from home. Maybe that's why I moved out as far as another country as I could. But to be here, this is... I look at his face, his handsome face, his patient and calm face, his understanding face. My paws and his rested on top of the wooden table. This is peak. Do you think we could stay here? It's close to the sea, just as you like. It's quiet and peaceful, and we have everything we need here, don't we? I dreamt of moving to a place like this too. A slow life, with evenings spent in books or on the couch, listening to music together with you. The band finishes, and then there's only the broom of wind cleaning the plaza, rustling the dead leaves. Devon stays silent, only looking at me, and in his eyes opens such a vast depth that it feels like he knows me better than I do myself. I lean into the cup and look into the dark liquid filled to the brim. As I lift it to my snout, the surface ripples, threatening to spill. I take a sip, and my vision fills with black. Black that swallows the table, and the band, and the whole piazza. Piazza, I think. And then Devon, and then me. I'm alone again. No, I've been alone all this time. The peak I'm dreaming of, it's so far and unreal that I barely dare to visualize it. Yes, Devon is sitting next to me, but how close to me is he, really? This is just a fantasy that plays in my brain, a snow globe on my shelf that I shake to look at us smiling, paw in paw. I get up from the wet sand. The sea washes at my ankles and I shiver in the cold Norwegian night. What do I even want? Do I think that Devon and me could work? All of me screams to answer yes, that I won't know what to do with myself if I can't have this man, but how would that even look? Why is my heart burning so much? The smaller I turn, the louder it wails. With the age difference between us, could we make it work? Should he say no to me regardless of what he thinks? And what does he think of me? Loops and loops of questions and self-doubt, self-referential, all leading back to each other. They all lead nowhere. There's nothing for me but to either try or back out. And I know at this point I couldn't let myself not at least try. I need to get him to stay here. And I have to get close and try to get him for myself. My heart remembers how it felt to hold his paw, and the feeling warms me from the inside like a bonfire. I have to try. I'm damaged goods, resigned to the state of constant transience. This is not the darkest hour. That one has already passed, but this is pretty close. My wound existed before me is something I've read before. I didn't understand it, but the sentence made me feel something, resonating with some part of me that I didn't give voice to often. Are these gashes I have something that was meant for me? Is there any point to the hurtful experiences I've had? If they even if they seem pointless? I refuse to believe so. I don't believe pain could make us more beautiful. I feel like I'm less. Like my perspectives are narrower, my potential unused, my soul twisted permanently under the weight I've been carrying. And I can't help but wonder, everything I go through, does it happen to me or because of me? Am I the wounds that I carry? Am I a lake slowly filling with all I encounter, all I see and do, everything I experience and feel? Or am I just a boat, sailing from one side of the lake of my life to the other, merely grazing against everything that's already waiting for me out here? Is there even an answer? It's building castles in the sand, indentations only signifying the real functions. It's all the stories we tell ourselves to imbue our life with meaning, to weave a narrative and wrap it in a tale, because that's the way we function. We always see ourselves in the world around us in terms of stories. So if none of them are real, shouldn't it only matter that I find the one that works for me? Here's another thing I thought of lately. I thought I'm still afraid to let in. I always wanted to find a home, a place where I'd feel right, someone who'd take me in. I thought that then surely everything would fall into place. But what if there just isn't such a thing? If homes aren't found but constructed, always. Subtly over time, when you're living in one place or within the same people, one day when lying on a couch with a glass of wine in your paw, you find yourself thinking to yourself, this is home. The curtain falls, the applause echoes in the room, then dies down. I'm sitting at the table with myself sitting across from me. This is my moment of clarity. I understand myself better than ever before. It's as if an old friend sat down next to me and told me slowly about his life and trials, and I listened, empathizing, then gave him a comforting hug. I look at myself and I look back. In my own eyes, I feel seen and accepted. As I lived my life, there was always one constant. There has never been enough love. But now that I've found someone for myself, I think I can go on instead of only running away. Someone joins me at the table. It's Rune, sitting next to me at the round table, and then Arvo sits across me. He extends his paw across the table and I hold it. Homes aren't found. Homes are built. And if I want to have my own, I can't run away again. I have to roll my sleeves and start working on one. A buzz of sound explodes around me, and it takes me a moment to understand what's happening. Conversations. All around me, buzz conversations. People leaving the hall, all talking to themselves excitedly. It's so odd to hear voices speaking words after these pieces. It feels like I haven't heard words in eons. I turn around to check if Devon is still there. The reality still seems a bit shaky, as if the last elements of it were still falling into place. I shouldn't be that surprised to see him vanish. He looks just as lost as me. Jackets? Oh, right. I headed for the exit, forgetting I'm in my shirt and our jackets are in the cloakroom. A queue was forming there already, but our seats were at the back, so we were also one of the first to leave. We dress in silence. I feel like I'm just adjusting back to seeing with my eyes, and everything feels too bright and too sharp. I'd like to wait for Rune if you don't mind. I'd like to have a word with him. You don't have to wait for me if you have plans. I don't mind waiting. Miko and the rest of the group leave through another door and take their jackets and coats from the second cloakroom. Wolf notices me as he grabs his jacket and smiles encouragingly before they climb the stairs and leave. Did you see where Rune was sitting? I don't think so, no. Probably behind us. I think I'll notice the antlers. Maybe. There were a few antlered persons in the hall. I don't know if I could tell Rune apart from them myself. Let's wait for him at the exit so that we don't miss him. How long are we waiting? Under 10 minutes. The place deserted, didn't it? There's barely anyone left in the lobby. If Rune was somewhere there, at least the vinyls corner, or even in the cafe, it would be trivially easy to spot him from here. What now? I'll send him a message, and I think it's time to go. I look back at the lobby one last time. Such a gorgeous building. The cafe here must be nice too. Looks like it's already closing though. The concert room is still right there behind this thick black wall, encased as if in a shelf or sarcophagus. Maybe walls like these aren't for acoustics only. That place felt like a completely different world with another set of laws of physics. Maybe it has to stay separate for the magic to work. The salmon today was incredible, absolutely, but I think so far my favorite restaurant experience here was a Peruvian place in Anslo at the coast. Peruvian. I don't even know what they eat in Peru. It was very heavy on seafood, lots of raw fish, distinctly South American but with a Japanese twist. I love tuna skewers the most, I think. Whoa, you're lucky to have tried. I'd be happy to return there, maybe for my birthday dinner. Is this an invitation? My heart starts beating faster. I'll see, but it would be nice to organize something. Rune has been pushing me to celebrate my birthday somehow. I never really did that before. Huh? What do you mean you never celebrated? The parties I had in my childhood flashed before my eyes. These are such treasured memories of mine that it's hard for me to imagine I could not have them. Not even as a kid? As a kid, yes. My parents always invited a few friends, and we've had a party in my home. We've all run around in our backyard, played around a tree we had there. We've had apple pie. Not as an adult, though. I never felt the need to celebrate it. It's important to celebrate. I feel like our cultures are not celebrating enough, to be honest. What happened to the feasts and the carnival and the pagan celebrations we were told about at school? I'm sure we've lost something with them. At least we have the Midsummer and the Yule, and the British their Saturnalia. I don't know. We only have the 4th of July and the winter holidays, but even those just feel like a way to get us to buy more stuff. Hope you spend your birthday the way you'd enjoy. Going to a restaurant sounds like a good idea. Yes, I think I like it the most. You're invited too, of course. Warmth. Such warmth spreads through my chest. I want to say thank you, but the silhouette ahead of us, standing on the rocky beach, catches my attention. Is that Rune? I think you're right. He's standing still like a marble statue rising directly from the ground. Even his jacket completely still on him in the still night. He doesn't move as we stride towards him, too focused on the view, perhaps. Rune? Ah! Oh, it's you. What are you doing here? And how did you get here faster than we did? I came to the shore because of how quiet it is here, and I need some quiet. And I left after the first piece. We tried waiting for you in the lobby after the concert. Sorry. You disliked it that much? Oh no, quite the contrary. You're so intense that I didn't want to listen to anything more after that. Fell into a certain mood. Got this feeling I didn't want to let go just yet. I gotta stand up. Fucking ass hurts. Ah! I fell into a certain mood. Got this feeling I just didn't want to let go just yet. If I stayed for the second part of the concert, the other pieces would inevitably alter the feelings I felt. That one piece felt like enough. Aren't you cold? No. Aren't you cold? Now that you mention it. Not terribly, but I should go somewhere warm soon. Now that you're here, would you mind if I joined? Not at all. And I know just a place where we might find a table. Oh my god, it's Jorgen. It's the fucking skin tea! It's the fucking skin tea! It's the skin tea! Yes! The skin tea! How much time do we have left? Half an hour. They better hurry up with the teas. I should be there for the bus, yeah. If there's one person that can't be later than the driver, that's me. Devon's tail swishes behind him. hang on. Let me finish this line and then I'll answer your question. Making wide swipes across the carpeted floor, he seems on the edge with his arms and absent eyes. Okay. Why is your life so complicated? This is your last... What do you mean that's your last resort? Well, I'll just say what it is. People grow at different speeds. Cut my life into pieces. This is my last resort. Well, I'm a dumb, stupid idiot. That in turn unnerves me, and I tap my bare paw against the carpet. If this has been a date, then it's... not exactly going great. Rune and Skin Tea. That's a more iconic duo. Rune and Skin Tea. This has been a date that is not exactly going great. At least we're here together, I say to myself. Devon agreed to go to the concert with me and then invited me here himself. How'd you like the concert? Oh. Well, that was... something. I'm still processing it. It was much more intense than I expected, but also such a nice evening in total. I love the philharmonic, especially the concert room. I'm glad I was there with you, though. I'm glad I was there with you, too. I don't think you know how much it means to me that you invited me. I'm grateful to you and Rune both. You're making my time here so much more fun. Here are your teas. Enjoy. Thank you. The tea master puts 2 teapots and 3 cups on our table, doing a small bow before he leaves. Our teas steam from the teapot necks like dragons breathing out. Hang on, I'm going to check something. Preferences. NSFW content is on. I forgot to do that earlier. How'd you find this place? Seems very nice. Just the way you could expect. Rune recommended it to me. And there, go! We've got the teas! Which one is the bancha? This one smells like pu'er, so it has to be the other one. Yeah, great. I need this so much! He takes the teapot closer to him and pours some light green-yellow liquid into his cup. Oh, this one smells so nice. Bancha, anyone? I'd like some, please. So, how are you feeling? Better than this morning, that's for sure. But this has been a rough lesson. Having some space to think about things helped a lot, and I thought a lot at the concert. I don't know how it went for you, but it was a super intense experience for me. I thought I was going crazy. Never before has any music done to me what this concert has. But then it ended and I regained contact with reality. It was intense. I think I fell asleep soon after it started. Had some intense visions too, but not sure how much of it was the music and how much was just a dream. Definitely influenced what I've seen. I'm very curious how the piece really sounded, because I think I missed at least half of it. I have to listen to it later. Now I know I should sleep better before going to a philharmonic, because I fell into a nap too. I don't think I missed anything though, it was just a light sleep. It was scary at parts. I was preparing to hear the kind of classical music people usually know. Something like Tchaikovsky, E.P. Beauty. I think Miko told me it would be rather radical. I'm sorry if I didn't warn you. Oh, I enjoyed it a lot. It was way outside my comfort zone, but it was nice to be thrown into the depths like that. It really felt like a moment of creation of the world. I would have never checked it out myself if I didn't go, and I don't think listening to the piece at home would carry even a third of the power it had played live. I've been to a few symphonic concerts before, but never before felt the power of the whole orchestra this month. That moment when the noise built up and the whole ensemble played a major chord, I didn't even know when exactly it happened in the piece, but it pulled me back from sleep immediately. Oh! This tea is so good! Glad they had bancha. It's a great low caffeine option for a late evening sip. Glad to see you so energetic again. You really scared me this morning. Skin tea's so good you get a second skin. What if you want a third skin? Yesterday was the lowest point of my life, probably. But it taught me so much in this concert today, I hope you understand it too. I really could sit down and reflect on everything. Perhaps why the visions I've had were all so hellish. Oh, that was a trip, and trust me, that I know what I'm saying. But I'm on the other side of it already, and I'm glad for it. I'm happy for you. I think this is what I needed, perhaps what we all needed. To sit down in a chair and be forced to do nothing but listen to the music and to our own thoughts too. I'm always running somewhere, doing something, and when I'm not, I'm on my phone or computer. I'm pretty much never bored, and there I was forced to be bored for an hour. That really helped. Got my mind could do this kind of stuff when I'm bored. Could look for some more boring lectures at the university, perhaps instead of skipping those to work on stuff. The tea really is delicious. Pour yourself some more and sip on it, not at all minding the peculiar mix of seaweed and grass notes. I hoped I'd get more time with just Devon and maybe really turn it into a date, but I don't mind Rune being with us. His presence relaxes me. I can move back from the conversation and just sip on the tea for a while. The concert really was intense, and now I better see how many obstacles there are between Devon and me. And I know I have to start doing more. Oh my god, Arvo, just fucking talk to him! Oh my god! Fucking talk to him! Does Arvo not know how to have a conversation? Genuinely, does Arvo just not know how to have a conversation? A click of the safety belt and I'm ready to go. Everyone sitting? Great. We can go. The main light dims and the inside of the bus turns dark too, with only spotlights here and there and white emergency strips on the sides of the floor shed some light on tired faces of students played in their seats. For a bus full of students, the atmosphere is surely hushed.
So early. I'd be glad for a few more hours in the city.
Already had a lot of time. It's almost time for supper. But me too, honestly. Such a long day. I could need some time alone later today, lie down on the bed and play some music.
Same, but that's a given. Can't imagine not having some time for myself in the evening. I need it like I need air.
Feel sad to say goodbye to the town. Wish I did something more symbolic for a goodbye.
I think I get what you mean. I feel like the time we've been there wasn't enough to connect with the place, so I didn't feel a need for a goodbye. But maybe you're right.
I like doing symbolic things. They make for good memories. I'll come back from the camp with plenty of memories already, though.
Oh yeah, how'd your time with Coach go?
I think it'd sound less weird if you called him Devon. But it went well, I think. I mean, he invited me for his birthday.
Oh, that's big!
It'll be a small thing, though, from what I understood. Just dinner at some restaurant.
I mean, that sounds like a big step.
I think he sees me as his friend, yeah.
Sorry, but I have to ask. When you were inviting him to the Philharmonic, was that meant to be a date?
Oh god! Miko is just like,
Is this bitch gay? That is...
he knows. He's gonna get friend-zoned again.
I hope you don't mind me being nosy about that. I'm just curious as your friend.
Damn. Does the option matter at all? Like, in the long run? Does it matter at all? Fuck. Okay, so which one does which? Because I don't fucking know. I'm a dumb, stupid idiot. Who's also dumb and stupid. Is that the only change? Is that the only change, whether or not we have a scene with Miko? Oh, okay. I get the curiosity. If it was you, I wouldn't let you go until you tell me everything.
That's my plan.
I turn around to check what the person sitting behind us are up to. There's a moose guy on his phone, headphones plugged into jack output, and a dog leaning on his arm. Maybe his girlfriend. Yes, we're on Devon's route. Maybe we could talk somewhere else instead. I wouldn't want it to make its way to anyone else's.
Right, understandable.
We lean back in our seats, tired and still cold after this long day. I turn off the light above our seats and close my eyes. Oh, Lug. There's other content that you're starving for. There is no Travis route. There's no Travis route. Travis is straight. I think. Yeah, I'm pretty sure Travis is straight. No, don't. You have so much to live for. Like, have some bones. I turn off the light above our seats and close my eyes. Oh my god, it's Devon. Quite a nice room you have. Different than mine.
A bit of a shame it's not upstairs.
Mine is if you want to visit later.
That'll be nice.
He sits down on the edge of the bed, looking at me expectantly.
So, you can tell me now? Was it meant to be a date?
Well, yeah.
Was it?
I don't think so. I don't think my attention came across. To be honest, I think he's lonesome and looking for friends.
Aww, I'm sorry. Doesn't rule out anything later on still.
I guess, but it won't be easy, that's for sure. Oh, he's blepping.
No, that doesn't sound easy at all. I mean, he's your coach, right?
Yeah, it's not like it's illegal, though I don't know if the higher-ups at the university would be happy.
Not their business, is it? It's not like you're a kid anymore. And the power imbalance argument doesn't apply if it's you asking about, does he?
I'd feel better about it if I changed groups. Well, I feel like right now I should regardless, especially if this doesn't work out. Because otherwise my heart might not take it.
I was mostly thinking of the age difference between you. That makes things the hardest, I think.
Yeah, I don't even have a reply to that.
I mean, you go, girl! Get that panther booty!
Bold of you to assume that Devon's the bottom. Bold of you to assume that. He is not.
Get that panther booty! If it's really what you want, I'm crossing my fingers for you. Quite scandalous, though, isn't it? Really unlike you.
Unlike me, I never cared much about what people would think of me. I think that's painfully me, actually. Oh, Arvo is not innocent. Not by any sense of the word. He is not innocent. Arvo is not innocent. We're gonna blame Toral for that. Unlike me, I never cared about what people think of me. I think that's painfully me, actually.
I wouldn't say you were a daring person. You definitely prefer to stay in the shadow more, but yeah, you're actually right.
Okay, enough about me. I know his intentions are genuine, but I'm starting to feel interrogated. What did you do in the city?
Other than the concert, I've been to dinner with Lake. It was a bit sad that you didn't come, but I told him you were busy with someone. Me and Bjorn were in the cafe that he found. Travis joined us for a while, but then left. Starting to think I like him a lot. I'm starting to like him a lot.
Travis? Oh, Travis! Oh, Travis! Who's gonna tell him? Oh, he's not talking about Travis. Travis? I thought you were friends already.
Not Travis, dumbass! Talk about Bjorn, and you know what I mean.
Oh! Oh! Miko, get your fucking hands off of Bjorn. He's mine. Wait, you... is Miko into guys too? I've barely entertained the thought, but...
Well, yeah.
That is so cool. I wish I knew sooner, but... Bjorn, huh? You seem like a chill person. I wouldn't have guessed you have enough in common.
There's a lot to him I didn't expect at first. Besides, I don't think feelings are rational, are they?
Have you told him anything yet?
No. It feels too early for that. I'm not sure about anything yet.
I don't think you have to be sure to try, and the camp is slowly ending. We only have the rest of today and tomorrow, and that's it.
And Sunday morning, but I see your point.
If you told me, I'd swap places with him on the bus, by the way.
Nah, that was fine. I didn't want to impose myself on him. That could have been weird. Some time to reflect on that and talk now was useful, though. I feel like I'd explode if I didn't tell anyone.
Glad I'm here, then.
Thank you. Do you think I could get a hug? Saying all of this out loud has been really stressful.
Oh, of course. Come here. I snuggle the wolf closely, and he hugs me back. There's a warmth in our embrace that I haven't felt since we separated. We're finally back close again. Who's gonna tell him? Who's gonna tell him?
Go get that panther booty!
Snapping them. We're running a bit late.
For supper? I think they'll leave some food for us.
Cafeteria is less busy than I thought it'd be. Either it's still empty or most people have already left. Stand by the entrance and scan the room. Devon is here. He's sitting alone at the table at the window, his amber eyes cast downward. He's just finished. He grabs his empty plate and gets up before he notices and smiles, making his way towards us. Hey, I was wondering where you were. I lost track of time. I thought I'd get here a bit earlier. I wanted to thank you again for taking me to the Philharmonic. It really made my trip. The whole trip here, I was prepared for it being only hard work. Keeping students in check, that part turned out to be a breeze. Could have guessed that the science club wouldn't be a rowdy bunch. But yeah, today's the nicest day I've had in a while. Oh, I'm happy to hear. The pleasure was all mine, really. Oh, by the way, Rune already left, but he had a great idea for tomorrow that I think you'll love too. Do you want it to be a surprise, or would you rather know now? Something Rune came up with and suggested to Devon. I hope it's not a sporting event. It's not a sport. I've hit the fucking Windows key! I'm curious. Can you give me a hint? Yeah, it's music related too, but the venue is a bit different. It's karaoke. Oh, so we're heading back into town? Yeah, just the three of us. Maybe Professor Arne will join too. We'll see. I'm intrigued. Can't wait for tomorrow. Me neither, but for now, good night. It's getting late. I should head out. Good night.
Is that why you wanted to hurry up?
Yeah. Had a feeling he might be there early. Well, that's it for today then. Where do we want to sit?
Isn't that Bjorn licking the organ there at the middle table?
Oh, fantastic. Let's go. Chocolate praline is my favorite! What was that scream? Chocolate praline is my favorite.
I prefer savory crepes much more. Not that sweet ones are bad, but for dinner?
It's grating. I'd like to sit in peace and rest. My thoughts followed Devon as he left the cafeteria and headed to who knows where. Maybe he's in the swimming pool now? Nope, probably in his room already. Otherwise he wouldn't say goodnight, would he? I'm lovesick. I stare at my empty paws, closing them and opening them again. I'm lovesick.
Arvo? You're not eating?
I'm not really hungry. Actually, I think I just need to get some fresh air. Sorry for leaving like that, and I guess good night? I grab my plate and put it down on the table with dirty dishes before walking out through the door to the terrace. I step out into the cold snow and wind greeting me, and I welcome them too like an old friend. My uncovered forearms tingle with the frost, and I stretch them in front of me to catch the falling snowflakes. I close my eyes and I'm at the coast again, the wind turning to a sea breeze brushing my fur. I lower my arm and Devon's paw brushes against mine. I grab it and hold it firmly, my paw pads tracing the lines in his palm. His tail curls, swings with almost mechanical movement, uncurls and touches my leg, then recoils. Is everything alright? Are you nervous with me? No, not really, it's not that. A bit terrified of the passing of time. His grip tightens. To think that it wasn't that long ago that I moved out from my hometown and suddenly I'm here. I feel like I've learned so little during these years that whatever time I had, I wasted. But it also feels like we're suspended in time. So much has changed in the last 5 years, and yet I feel mostly the same. It's never too late to start with anything. Even if you lost time, you don't have to make up for it. You can do things at your own tempo. Thanks. And with the time, I don't know how it is. I feel like I'm a different, better, more understanding person each year. But it makes sense that it's not always like that. I'm just exploring everything, starting to understand how vast the world is. For me, the world feels small and nothing seems mysterious anymore. Everything is known and measured. Do you think we could have a chance? That depends on us only, doesn't it? The wind blows snowflakes into my open eyes. My paw falls to my side and I listen to the whispering of the trees. Ah! And we're not done yet! We are not done yet! No, we're not done yet! Because if I'm not mistaken, there's one more route to do tonight that we might actually be able to handle tonight. Oh, do it tomorrow? Yeah, that's probably a better idea. I was planning on doing them both tonight. Yeah, it would be Klaus. Actually gonna check real quick. We're not gonna do it tonight, I'm just checking. He is now Izuku Midoriya. Yeah, I don't know what it is. What the fuck is even happening? Because fucking, I have no clue what's happening. We're not doing that. The town was completely still, as if deserted years ago and left as a desolate wasteland, too cold for anything to grow there. That moonless night, all life hid itself inside. A thick layer of snow covered every roof and every street, but even its icy glow seemed duller than usual. If someone went out into the snowstorm and stood in the main square, the only sound they'd hear would be the banshee howling of the wind. Black. Pitch black were all the windows along the way. A car, a red Volvo from the 80s, slowly made its way through the white caps with a tiger purr of its trusty engine, cutting through the oppressive darkness. If someone looked at the town from the distance, say, from the neighboring mountain, the town would look like a medieval castle at winter. An amalgamate of boxy shapes and houses raising up the gentle slope of the island they're on. With no borders, between them, the sea surrounding it like a moat. The harbor, dimly lit by the moored boats, would seem like a mouth of this strange beastly structure. If they looked at the town again, possibly they'd notice one lone light shining at the edge of the town, like an open eye or glowing monolith rising from the roof of one of the buildings. That's where the car was headed. Houses were emerging from the night behind the falling snowflakes and then disappeared back one by one on the narrow lights, until they came to a halt in front of a massive building situated near the coast. The dusty inside of a car finally illuminated by the light beaming from the large windows at the second floor. The engine went quiet. A tall silhouette of a wolf left the vehicle, putting it to sleep with a gentle stroke across the doorframe, and trotted through the ankle-deep snow towards the entrance. The main hall was a claustrophobic space that made the wolf feel as if he was in a belly of some strange beast. Danger prickled the fur on his neck and he cradled the wooden box he was holding closer to his side, but his face stayed stoic as always. He went ahead, his steps echoing in the place with a kind of metallic edge to them. Up the metal staircase, up another, the rhythmical whirring of the ventilation system gradually growing in volume. His paw grabbed the doorknob firmly and pulled without hesitation. The door opened with a creak, and the wolf stepped inside the office. The room was dimly lit, the only source of light being a desk lamp on the desk in the middle of the room. Took you long enough. I'm sorry, what a night for a blackout. A very good timing, I'd say. Now do you have it? Yes, here, with me. The wolf shrugged his shoulder, holding the wooden box tightly. Good. Now, please, sit down. The wolf did so obediently, taking a seat across the desk from the elephant. The pachyderm was immense, barely fitting under the desk. He smiled at him with half of the face only. One side of his face was emotionless, as if paralyzed, and the cold, open eye unnerved the wolf. I just wanted to ask first, what are you doing it for him? I think he deserves it. And I think he needs it too. Who is he for you, really? You can be honest with me. I don't care if you two fuck or if he's cleaning your closet or whatever. I just need to know your intentions. It's nothing like that, sir. I'm not doing him a favor, nor he's doing one for me. I simply thought it could help. Help, you say? And you don't have anything from it? That's very noble of you. Very noble. Only remember that this is favor I'm doing for you. Thank you, sir. The elephant reached into a drawer in his desk, procuring a small key. He played with it, watching the light reflect off its sharp edges, dragging out the moment. A glint light up in his eye, he closed his whole paw around the key as if he changed his mind. One more thing. How'd you get it? That will be my secret, sir. You're full of secrets, Dan, I see. I have no clue what the fuck's happening. That's good. I like secrets. Well, so be it. Leave it here. It'll be ready tomorrow. And here's the key. You can give it to the boy. Go now. I have work to do here. Yes, thank you, sir. The wolf left the office and headed back down the stairs. He was about to head back to the car when, standing in the middle of the entrance hall, he felt curiosity he could not shake off. Gripping the key, he turned towards a large door leading further to the main hall. Red light blinked behind him, and then again. He turned his paw and took a step towards them. Then another, something calling to him from beyond the wide steel door. Another step, and the red light blinked again, shining on his heavy shoes. The key fit into the lock perfectly. What the fuck is even happening? Yeah, Dan Chorus does have a sprite. But what the fuck is happening? I am so lost. He's putting Arvo in the wet basement? The key fit into lock perfectly. The clang of the two wings of the door sliding to the sides resounded unbearably loud in the grave silence of the complex. The wolf stepped forward into the boundless darkness, feeling in the darkness. His paws finally came in contact with something solid. There was a wall, then a 90 degrees bend, and another and another. The wolf walked around what must have been a large cube before finding the rough edges of an opening. The fur on his neck bristled. He turned around and left hurriedly. A headache wakes me up. I feel around me, expecting to touch cold concrete, but instead find the soft comfort of the warm bed. That was one realistic dream. And why is it so cold? The window is open, the white sheets of the curtain undulating with the morning air. I wasn't alone here last night. Where did that cat go? There's no imprint of him in the bedding. He must have tossed and turned a lot during the night. There's something underneath me, rustling as I shuffle around. What the fuck? Is Klaus under the bed? I feel really uncomfortable right now. Under my side, I find a crumpled piece of paper. The silvery pencil trails of hastily written yet elegant letters shine in the dark with some residual silvery light. But my mind, clouded with sleep, takes a moment to string them into words. I'm heading out. I'll be behind the door on the right in the corridor leading to the sauna. Klaus. The fuck even happened? What the fuck happened? I am completely lost. Use my barely alive... Girly, I have 2 brain cells, and both of them are fighting for 3rd place. That should tell you exactly where my mind is right now. What the hell is even happening? The hell? It's like watching Evangelion. I fucking love Evangelion. And here's the thing. It makes more sense than what the hell's happening. Like, I feel like the story of Evangelion is fairly straightforward if you don't look into it. Holy shit, it's a Daniel. The hell? I read once again, thinking I'm misreading the note in my half-asleep state, but the letters stubbornly stay the same. The door on the right in the corridor leading to the sauna. I don't think I've ever noticed any, but then I didn't look for one. I need to drag myself out of bed, but the cold makes it much harder. What time is it even? 7:04. Not terrible yet, but I should be heading downstairs for breakfast. With a wide yawn, I rise up. I need to go to my room to get dressed. Oh my god, it's Rune. Holy shit, it's Dan Chorus. Should I? The breakfast has already started, but there's no hurry, right? I can check what Klaus was talking about in the letter. I enter the sauna corridor and close the glass door behind me. The bustle and the morning chatter stays on the other side of the glass pane. Here it's almost eerily quiet, with only the cold whirring of water pumps as the background. The fur on my neck bristles. I feel like I shouldn't be here, and I especially shouldn't be opening a random door. But I tell myself that in most other contexts, it would be okay. It's just my mind playing tricks on me. There's only one door on the right. The plaque on it says... personal? Why might be on the other side? Klaus already must have known, right? Or maybe someone told him before. Maybe someone told him before he went? What could even be here? Maybe the basement? If this place has an atomic bunker underneath, that would be incredibly cool, but that's doubtful. It has to be something good for Klaus to be so cryptic about it. I grab the handle. It twists with minimal resistance, and the door opens with a creak. It's a closet. Just a tiny closet full of brooms and detergent and dust. Half expected to see Klaus hiding behind the rack, but no. I'm the only person inside. Orvo? Okay, genuinely, what the fuck's happening? Okay. Well, may Klaus not haunt your memory, not haunt your nightmares. We're going to pray for that. Stay safe, have a good night, and I will see you all tomorrow.